I really do.
It's getting hard to talk to you, and I'm the only one who speaks. It's hard.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Toffee Bluecast. It is game night, and for the first time, we are doing a fan clash. We have got a fan on from the opposite team before the game kicks off. Like and subscribe. I'll say it early because I always forget. Get on this channel. We do stuff. We've got him here. You know him. Everybody knows him. Big YouTuber. Here he is, Liam. How you doing, mate? You all right?
Yeah, doing good. As ready as I can be to face my dad after a full decade. So it's going to be a good one tonight to see him in the any other dugouts. It's going to be weird. I can't. My mind's wrapped even thinking about it because I'm just not prepared for what's going to happen in the next 2-3 hours of my life.
I see some of your tweets.
It really is.
I see some of your tweets. You're worrying about McNeil because he used to play for Burnley. You're worrying about Tarkowski probably setting McNeil up. You've got ex-Burnley players. You've got an ex-Burnley manager as well coming up against you. It's got you scrambled, hasn't it?
As well.
Yeah, coaching stuff. Yeah.
The thing is, I guarantee one thing will happen in the first 5 minutes. There will be a ball put down to one of our wingers on down wide, and Tarkowski will fucking clatter them, and the entire Sigurdsson Park will be just lit up and going, yeah, and then that's when you know game's done. Because that's what we always loved about him. And I think he did that every single time to Richarlison, each time he went to Goodson Park. And that always has got the crowd lit up. So I expect along the lines of that today as well.
No, it's like you say, Tarkowski, we love him. We absolutely do love him. And I know you did as well, because you said to me before, the manager as well, you didn't have no problems with Sean Dyche. I've seen a lot of your fans, though, they was thinking that this new philosophy, passing style, was probably the way forward, and they said Sean Dyche was shit. You wasn't like that, was you? You were saying he is a good manager at what he does, but a lot of your fans, since you did the passing style in the Championship and come straight up and everyone was loving it, you was all like, this is the way. But then, obviously, in the Premier League, it's not gone your way, has it? It's not clicked. And you haven't, like us, you didn't start very well. We've managed to put a few wins together now, but you're just trying to find your form, ain't you?
I mean, realistically, anyone that thought that Sean Dyche is not a good manager is an idiot, or is just being too caught up and loved up in the moment that we were experiencing in the Championship. But, when you got a pretty good team, which we have in the Championship, or we did, you are much more, you do have the idea of playing good football is much more easily done in that league. So playing in the Premier League, the issue is you're going to get punished. So many times last year that we passed out from the back and made a mistake, and nothing ever happens because we're playing Rotherham, we're playing Hull. They don't have the quality to make it pay. In this league, every single time it felt like that we've made a mistake at the back, we've been punished every single time. And we've got a young team, inexperienced team with a manager that is also new to the league. So basically, there's no experience. It's a lot of young players trying to gel together in the hardest league in the world. And that's the most simplest way to explain what's going on at Burnley. And at the same time, trying to play really, quote unquote, good football, expansive football, which we have got some quality, but it's going to be a hard thing to achieve. So with Sean Dyche, all the years under him, he's simply got the absolute most out of the attributes and the personnel that he had at his disposal, and the financial side as well, because we didn't have much money at all. So he did absolute wonders for our football club, and over time it just you can keep chopping and changing as much as you want, but at the end of the day, finances will always come back to haunt you. So that's what happened with Sean Dyche for us. And there's no Burnley fans that, as far as I'm aware, has any disrespect to him, and if they do, they're an idiot.
I love it. On our pre-match, no disrespect to Burnley, I didn't know a lot of your players when we did a pre-match last night on this game, and I thought you're just going to tell me all about these players, because a lot of your players are new as well. There's not just that I knew the old Burnley and I knew Brownhill and players like that, but a lot of these new players I didn't know. So can you just quickly explain to me, this is your last game, so I presume this is your team. Do you expect to see this team in the cup, or do you think there's going to be a complete change on this?
There'll be a few changes. Probably quite a lot, actually, because we've got quite a lot of depth in like attacking areas or midfield areas, but the issue is the depth that we do have at the back, especially, is just not good enough for this division. So there will be quite a lot of changes. Some Burnley fans will be desperately wanting to see. For example, the main two is Jack Cork and Muric. Mainly Muric. I'm more of a Jack Cork kind of guy. Some people don't think that he's needed. He's past it. He's like 34 now. But simply put, the reason why we're performing so poorly is the fact that we cannot pass that from the back. Our midfield is almost non-existent. And Josh Cullen, who I think is a great player, is just too exposed and too easily pressed at the game. So he needs support. So in this game, it gives us a chance to, experiment, put Muric in goal, because we think that he's desperately needed, because Trafford is a good shot stopper, but the way that we want to pass that from the back, he's just not good enough right now. And that's causing a lot of problems. So Muric in goal is one thing that I want to see desperately, just to see how he is. Maybe he's awful. Maybe he's tragic, but we've only kept 3 clean sheets all year, including preseason, and they're the only 3 games that he's played in, including Benfica. So, there's going to be a lot of chop and changing, and that is why I'm quite looking forward to tonight, to seeing what combinations can work well together that we can't try in a league, or risk trying in a league.
Yeah. Is that your normal front line then, really?
No.
Who's your main striker? You have Foster up there normally.
Foster's the main one. He was ill at the weekend, so he could be available tonight. I'm not too sure of the update on Lyle Foster. If he is available, then he should be probably starting. We've got so many wingers that we keep on changing. I don't think we've had a single, I don't think we've had 2 games in the league that we've had the same 2 wingers. It's always something new, because we don't know our best team in that regard. So we're just trying to find out what works. So it's just trying to find the right system and the right chemistry. And again, when you do that in the toughest, hardest league in the world, it's tough to do. So yeah, that team, there's a lot of good players there that I think are great. Amdunia, I think, is a great player. I think he scored 6 in 6 for the Switzerland national team, in qualifiers. It's a senior team, not 21. So he's a good player, but he's just not getting the service right now.
You spent 100 million, didn't you? I seen you saying before the season started, 100 million. Was you happy with the players you spent it on? Because at the time, a lot of Burnley fans was excited, because you've obviously come up, which is a good thing, and you think you're a good team just coming up, and then you've gone and spent 100 million, which is a big spend for you lot. Sean Dyche never got that sort of amount spent, did he? Do you think you spent it wisely? And do you think this is what worries me, Liam? I feel that you've got a lot of good players that aren't clicking. It was the same with us, because we've only just found a combination in the centre with James Garner and Onana that's just making everything work. And until we wasn't that good until we found that. But now we've just started to click a few players together. And I do believe that you've got some good players there, but you just haven't clicked them together, and it's just not working. It's just finding the right combination, because you spent big money. You already got a base. It's just company finding the right combination. And like you've just said, this cup game is probably a good time for you to try and find that combination, which scares me.
That's the hope. That is absolutely the hope. We've spent a lot of money, 100 million quid. Of course, we've had new ownership. So when Sean Dyche was with us, that was different ownership. And he was there for the last year of it, in which we spent more money than usual. We looked overseas, unlike usual, the likes of Valvegos and Maxwell Cornet, that became really popular figures. And of course, Nathan Collins was also a good piece of business too. So he brought in some pretty good players, some key players as well for that year. But I think it was a case of new ownership, new ideas, and that they just wanted to kind of bring their own man in, which led their philosophy, which was Vincent Kompany. And it worked out. Again, championship, it came up. And look, we're not used to spending money. This is the same club, same fan base that in the 2021 year, recent times, we spent 900 grand in an entire season on 2 players, a free agent in Will Norris, and 900 grand on a backup centre mid in Dale Stevens. So we spent 900 grand and we still stayed up because of Sean Dyche. That, for me, it's not the best achievement in Premier League history, but I think it's up there, because we had a tragic team, an old, aging team with the most incredible, pathetic amount of depth you've ever seen. That you literally just had a team of a bench of kids with Kevin Long and Mate Vidra, and that was really it. How he had no injuries is a miracle to me, because if he did, then we'll stand no chance. So yeah, Sean Dyche performed miracles. So we weren't used to spending that much money, so we spent 100 mil. it's incredible. It's exciting. We had a lot of players last year that got brought in from overseas we didn't know much of, and they all pretty much hit the ground running. So we thought, okay, that may happen again. And it's not gone the way that we would have hoped. But I don't really blame myself or Burnley fans for getting excited because, again, we've gone from spending a 900 grand in a single season to 100 million quid. So I don't really blame people for thinking that. So it's a matter of time. And when that time is that it may come together, it could be too late. So that's kind of where we're at right now.
Do you think this is a question directed to him? Just what you were saying, Paul. Keep it in, just to try and pop a few comments on because people coming on the stream will try and get you involved if you haven't got any questions for Liam. Jamie has said he loves your streams and all that lot. By the way, congratulations on the. I should have said this at the start as well. Congratulations on another little one.
Yeah, another one.
You look very fresh for saying you've got another little one. You're looking like you've had loads of sleep and you're getting a bit lucky. Congratulations.
Yeah, I think we are getting a bit lucky, to be fair. So I mean, my wife may think differently, but I'm doing okay.
You are. Does Liam think that company will be able to steady the ship and start picking up points over the festive period?
I think it's more than possible. Again, the only issue is, it's time. So we've got some big home games coming up, and that will be the main indicator of where we really are at in terms of how bad really is it. We got, of course, Sheffield United coming up. We got you at home. We've got Luton at home. Like teams that you would think we have more of a chance at home. Granted, our home form is pathetic so far this year. We've lost every single game. But if we lose to you guys at home and Luton and Sheffield United, then we're done. So that will be when the points have to come. So again, we've got good players. We've got players that have got a good 15, 20-minute spell that we are on top in a game. It's just an entire performance. I don't think that we've put in more than a game and a half together this year that I think is a good performance. Some are subpar, most is average, some is average and most is poor. It's just trying to connect that 50-minute spell and pressure to a longer period of the game. You won't control 90 minutes of any football match, but when you have those moments, those 15-minute spells or 10-minute spells, you have to make it pay, and we simply just aren't doing it enough.
Yeah, sounds very much like us. That's what we would do, to be fair.
This is different for me though, Paul, because normally we play a Burnley team and we'd be getting what we kind of are now, what Sean Dyche has made us, like pass when we can and be direct sometimes just to get the ball up the pitch and get yourself chances when you need to. But this isn't the Burnley team that I'm used to playing. It's a team that's not doing well, but they are a team that play like a really good team because you try and pass it out from the back. Like normally when we say we play a weaker team, we say that we struggle. But you are a team that's going to play like you're strong. Like in my head, you're a team that's going to pass it out from the back, and that's what we like. I see playing you as like playing a team that plays the same style as Arsenal or Man City. I think we might let you have a bit of possession today, press it from your defence, and you might not pull the possession style off. And then we try and turn it over. That's what we do. That's what Sean Dyche has got to do. And like,
I can see that. I mean, I do watch quite a bit of Everton content because I lived in Liverpool for a good couple of months. So coincidentally, I lived over in Bootle area near Aintree, and for some reason, most of the fans that I met were mainly Blues. I don't know if that part of the city is mainly Blues than Reds. I don't know. Is it? I live kind of in between Bootle and Aintree.
We say that about the whole city, to be fair, don't we?
Most lads I met were Blues, so I played football, Power League night in Aintree, and most lads I met were mainly Blues. Good lads as well, proper football fans. So I do have some good respect for Evertonians. However, my time when I was there, that was when Sean Dyche was there as well, and there was a lot of just dislike on him. I felt from Evertonians, just thinking that is he really going to move you guys forward really at all? Is it just literally going to be for try to stay up and then kick him out? I kind of wonder what you guys are really at right now, thinking how far at all can he take you guys?
I actually think he's really good. A lot of our fans wanted him out. A lot of our fans, you've probably seen on your own Twitter, like they just wanted him out. A lot of our fans didn't want to get just because he's come from Burnley. I feel that gave him a big label. Like when David Moyes went to Man U in my head, they just wasn't going to accept David Moyes when he went to Man U. He just wasn't big enough for him. And I think like when Sean Dyche come to us, a lot of people just wanted him out. They thought he was too basic and stuff. And I honestly believe there's a lot about Dyche that's really good. And he's big on mentality, and he's changing the mentality at Everton. I can see it. Some will just think it's not what Sean Dyche has done, but I can see when we're going away now, we have a plan. Sean Dyche has got every player knowing what they're going to do, and he's got them working together. And it's taking him time because you can't just put that mentality into a team. It's what they think, it's in the mind, and you have to keep working on it. But I honestly really do like Sean Dyche, and I think in this is why I'm excited about this cup, Liam, because some people think I'm positive, Dan, but I think if we win this, if we can knock you out tonight, we've got a good chance in this cup. Not many teams scare me in this cup. We're better against the good teams because we sit back, the pressure's on them, and we'll catch them out. And they'll get rattled. Against the weaker teams, we could get knocked out. If we played Middlesbrough, we could get knocked out. But like generally against the bigger teams, I feel we could go on a good cup run here. I think we'd be very hard to beat. That's why I want it really bad.
I'd imagine you'd say the same thing.
No, I talk.
No, I was going to say, I'd imagine that you'd say the same thing, wouldn't you? You know, if you go through against us and then you get a decent draw in the quarters, suddenly you've got something to go after. Or is it just not a consideration?
Yeah, I can't deny that. However, because of where we are in the league, it's kind of hard to really care all too much. But there's almost that kind of weird thing thinking that we could go on a mad cup run, but then get relegated like a Birmingham a couple of years ago. It's like, could that be a situation? Or Wigan, I believe, too. So, you know, maybe just the fact that it's not in a league can maybe give the players that kind of freedom because we're such a young team, you could tell that the belief in the system, the belief in their own ability kind of fades away. You can see it in how they control the ball, and usually when they're full of confidence, like Anas Rory, for example, he could just belt and just run at the defenders, run at the fullback. But in the league, it's like he tries it for the first once or twice. It may work, but not in the way he wants to, and then he kind of plays a bit more safe because they're in the Premier League. They've got to make sure he doesn't make a mistake, otherwise it's your fault. And I feel like that relief of pressure, I think, could play a big factor. And again, we've only beat Salford, but we beat Forest away, which is a good result. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I get to see some players play that we've not seen in the Premier League. I think could hopefully give us a little bit of a reassurance of what our best team is up to a big game this weekend against Palace.
I'm hoping you do. I'm hoping you don't take it that serious and just give us this game. But I can't see Company doing that. Do you think that I said on the channel like about Company being, are you running someone that would sack him? Are you thinking
I don't think
now?
so. It's a tough one because like literally the entire club has been kind of built towards him right now. Like he's the main man, and every single signing is put on Vincent Company. We had a documentary that literally it's mainly just the main board member, our main chairman, Alan Pace. What's the word for it? Verbal fellatio, I believe is the word. I'll probably explain it on Vincent Company, comparing to his wife, for example, and saying that, you know, I think he compared like Company to being like the prettiest girl in town that you're dating, and you know that she's going to leave you one day, but you're just enjoying the good times where it lasts. That's like his quote right there. It's kind of a bit strange. That's why I think I just can't see him sacking him. The only way I could think that could ever happen is if we're reaching Derby's record points, you know, levels of bad. So I don't think he'll ever sack him because worst case, even if we do go down, he's the best man to get us back up again. And also most of these players that he signed is because of Company and Company alone. That's what every single player said in an interview, that constant communication with Company for months prior to before we signed them. So I can't see an alternative, a different manager that makes any sense that would get any better out of these players and not make us fall to pieces. I've heard people say Graham Potter, and it's like, you're high. I'm not having it. Like, Graham Potter when it comes to Burnley. So other than that, who is it? Bringing in Steve Bruce, Rafa Benitez? I don't think so.
We're not allowed to say that name on here.
Yeah.
No, don't Rafa Benitez. You can have him. You can have Rafa Benitez any day. Look, it's just whether you're going to go from whether your owners are going to trust this passing style or get to a point this season where they think, let's just be direct and stay up. I know you mentioned it a bit back that sometimes this passing football, when you go and we used to do this, we used to do it. Garner Gay lost the ball, they scored. They didn't even have to earn the goal. Literally, we made them score. We lost the ball in a position where we was outnumbered and we gave them a goal. And I always said I want a team to work hard for a goal. You can accept a goal if it's a screamer or if it's good passing and stuff like that. But when you're giving goals away on your own error, that's when it hurts me. And I know you've been feeling the same on some of them.
Every single game.
Yeah, I know. We knew how it felt.
Watch the highlights. Every single game, at least one goal is because of a mistake that we've had in midfield, that we've lost the ball in a stupid pass or a stupid decision, and we are outnumbered. I mean, Bournemouth last weekend was just, I mean, when the first goal went in, I laughed. When the second went in, I fucking died. Watch it back. We lost in midfield, and Billing decided from 43 yards out to lob our goalkeeper, who's, by the way, he's a child in goal. So, like, it's just comedy at this stage. I see a comment there by Young Trashlord saying our set pieces aren't that scary. Trust me, set pieces as terrifying as a Burnley fan to experience, defensively and attacking wise, by the way. Like, it is tragic. Muric being a goal maybe a bit better, but we're playing a Sean Dyche team. Trust me, as a Burnley fan, I've been through it. I know most of our goals all came from set pieces, and you're probably going to start talking, or at least I've dropped me on the pitch. Yeah. If we don't concede from set piece, I'll be absolutely stunned. Absolutely stunned.
So that's our strength. That's making me feel good. I called this a fan clash, but you're my little magic wand here. You're making me feel even more. I was nervous before you come on because normally this sort of game where we got,
if you want me to, I can scare you.
Yeah, scare me as well. So let's get this clash going.
I mean, all the years with Burnley, with Sean Dyche, we were absolutely tragic in almost every single cup that we've ever played in. I can name you so many teams right now that we've lost in a pathetic performance, or just bad team that we should never lose to, like Port Vale, like, and Christ, at that stage, Sunderland, Lincoln City in the 5th round of the FA Cup, Accrington Stanley, like so many teams that like we should just easily just walk by, but Sean Dyche never really cared about the cups. Christ, we were in the Europa League and he didn't care about that either. He's even admitted it on like podcasts afterwards, saying that like he didn't want to be in the Europa League because that's just not what he likes. He doesn't like the cups because all he cares about is the league, and all he cares about is staying up and the 40-point mark. So anything else is a complete distraction from his main goal, and it's just a hindrance to him. So we lost so many games that you can just tell that the team just either wasn't asked or he just sent out some random players or tried a different experiment that he kind of probably already knew would fail. So good luck for tonight, because that could happen.
Now you're scaring me. That's the Liam that I wanted. Now you're scaring me because
I can't lie. I can't say I'm going to batter you because I can't give you any proof. I can't say, we battered Luton, we battered Arsenal. I can't say anything. I can say last year, but we're playing fucking Hull, mate. It doesn't matter.
Use the championship games. We smashed these in the championship. We're going to do it to you. Oh,
I know that you can't.
But the thing is now,
club, but Christ Almighty, you've got a decent team, like at least a very structured team at times. At times, I think is a key word here, especially away. Anyway, like he has a system. Is he going to change it, Liam? That's what you just scared me now, because if he doesn't care about the cup, like you've just said, that's what we're all worried about. We're happy with our Premier League team now. That team, our strongest team, we're happy with. Is Dyche going to just, like you've just said, not give a crap about the cup like he used to for Burnley and make a lot of changes like Aston Villa did against us when we knocked them out? Because you start putting Michael Keane in our team and it gets scary. You put Young in, sometimes it can get scary. There is moves that Dyche could make that could make it very interesting for you today, and I really hope he doesn't make them. So you saying to me now that Dyche doesn't care about the cups that much and he's focused on the Premier League, I hope he's a new man. The thing is that, again, may make you feel a bit better is two things. Number one is the fact that he's now at Everton, which is a team which has not won silverware. Sorry, I don't want to remind you guys in how long, it's been a long time. You guys care about some sort of success or at least a cup run, at least go to Wembley, be in the semi-finals. I think he knows very well how important it is to the city of Liverpool on the blue side, especially, if not the entire city, if Paul likes to say that. It means a lot to go well in the cup, because that's probably your main chance of success. You're not going to win the league, are you? We aren't. No one is, other than City. So, that could be a big factor, that he knows how important it is. And also number two, especially tonight, because of the sad passing, of course, your owner, Bill Kenwright. They're not going to be allowing them to have any fuck ups. They're not going to allow it to be at 80% or 90%. It'll be 100%, 110% for tonight. I cannot see a world that they were not putting their entire fault into this game. I'd be surprised if it is the other way around. So yeah, because of those two things, I don't think this could be a typical Dyche Cup performance.
No, we did mention about the Kenwright thing. With him having a lot of contact with all the players and stuff like that, a lot of the players are gonna, if there's a big, which there will be, if there's a big thing for Kenwright at the start of the game, which we will do, show our respect to him. I think that will hit a few players and motivate them to do well. It always does. It's like a new manager bounce. You know what I mean? It is going to be something where we pay. A lot of players are going to want to do it for Bill Kenwright. They are going to want to, and I think that could be. You hit that point. That could be good motivation. Paul, any questions for Liam? We won't keep you too long. We said we'd keep you for half an hour. I'm absolutely buzzing that you come on, to be fair. I wanted you to come on to our channel. We've only been going for about one season now, and we're on our way up. So really happy you've come on. I know you absolutely smash it, and you're inspiration to a lot. We'll have to get you on again another time and do your journey, because there's a lot about your channel.
It won't be that long till I'll be on again. Don't worry.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, the thing is that we don't hear from many fans of other clubs on the actual channel, so it's always interesting to hear what fans of other clubs feel about Everton that aren't Liverpool fans and are just sort of trying to slag us off. If there's anything, some sort of opinions that you've got about us at the moment, how we play, things that we're weak at or otherwise.
Well, I mean, I guess the best type of fan to probably give you their thoughts on Everton is probably a Burnley fan, considering you got half our old team and our managing staff.
Exactly.
So, yeah. We kind of have an idea about what you guys are experiencing, and I think I said it when you first hired Dyche, and I joined a space too with you guys, because fans were curious about what's going on. And I said this from the start, that Sean Dyche, the first thing is that he would hopefully try to make you proud of the squad, make them likable. Sometimes you may have a squad of players, which I'm sure you've gone through in your last couple of years, that you have a group of lads that you don't have any connection to. You don't really care about them. They don't really put a shift in, and you feel like, what's the point of even giving you my time, my money to come to the games if you guys aren't going to be arsed? And that's one thing that Sean Dyche will absolutely not stand for, and he will make you feel proud of your club, at least in some way, at least not be hating them and like others. So that's one thing that Sean Dyche will do with Everton, and it's good to see. I don't want to say it because if you guys stay up, it's looking like less likely that we'll stay up. So I want you guys to go down if it means we stay up. But I don't mind that Sean Dyche does well. It's hard to say because we're now, like last year, I was happy that you guys stayed up because Sean Dyche was there and we were in the Championship. Now it's like it's a bit of an awkward situation. But yeah. With Sean Dyche, I hope that he's now picking up kind of where he left off at Burnley in the 18-19 year, that he's going to bring a good players that is almost like a us against them mentality. And away from home, he's going to make you tough to beat, structured, and that what the game plan is, what you're going to try to do. And if it doesn't work, you lose the game. Okay, cool. At least they put a shift in. And you can't really get too angry if that's the case. So in terms of the fans, again, as I said, I was in Liverpool for like 6-7 months, and yeah, I met a lot of Blues. They're good lads, proper fans. Unlike a lot of nonsense you see in the Premier League, the top 6 fans especially, most of them are gobshites. I can't lie. Like honestly, like going from the Championship to Premier League, it's honestly annoying because most of them have never been near the ground in their fucking life, and they're telling you about what your club is. Fuck off. I got Man United fans talking shit about Burnley. It's like, mate, I've been to Old Trafford more times than you. 5, by the way. So shut up. So yeah, I like Everton for the fact that you guys, similar to like a West Ham, for example, they're maybe a bit more corporate now because of their big stadium, but that's why I like Everton for the most part, and even more so because of Sean Dyche. So as long as you guys put a shift in, which I think Sean Dyche, that's the main thing I want to implement, which I think he has. You guys can tell me if that's different. I know he gets lost to Luton recently in that, but you can see that it's been a work in progress. And yeah, I wish you guys well other than tonight and the rest of the season. It is it's a conflicting one, I can't lie.
Hopefully it's a good game.
We'll finish with your. There's a comment there saying it's amazing that you've come on. You've got like 300k subscribers and you give up your time to us. You are a top lad anyway. I knew that anyway.
I love talking Burnley. I don't care. You could have 20 followers, and like if you say, "Oh, I got a space, hop on." Yeah, sure. If you got time, I don't mind.
That's what makes. I think that's a lot of. I think that's what makes you. When I've seen you on your Twitter as well, you're a very down to earth person, not snobby or anything like that. Down to earth, and I think that's what makes you. To be fair, it's a good identity that you've got.
You can't be snobby if you're a Burnley fan. You just that's not
that's what I mean. You're not. You are a good lad. What is? I know you've been a little bit because things ain't going for you. But what is your score prediction then? Because we did ours last night. What's your score prediction? On the spot, have a proper think.
I mean, my gut instinct is that it'd be kind of funny if we beat you guys tonight convincingly, like 2-0, and then we go lose to Palace this weekend. That'd just be really funny. That just sounds like it would be something that may happen. I got faith that we can do something tonight because of the fact that because we're not in Premier League, that kind of weight be off our shoulders. It's still a young team. We've got some quality, and you guys are probably a good team to play against because, as you said previously, you may actually give us more chance to be on the ball. And that's kind of what we want. We've not been given that much this year. So it's more than possible. It's just, I'm terrified of your set pieces. I'm terrified of the fact that you guys are quite a physical team, which we're not. And of course, on top of that, the Sean Dyche factor, Bill Kenwright factor too. I just feel like all that combined, it'd be a good game of football. I just would be surprised if we do win, but I just want to see a good performance. So, I mean, Hart says, 2-1 Burnley, but mine says probably 2-0 Everton, I think.
I said 4-2 Everton. Sorry.
There'll be goals. There'll be goals in this game.
Yeah, I do think you'll score, and I do think we'll score, and I'm hoping that we score more than you. So I made it 4-2. I think it's going to be a bit of a thriller. It might not be. It might be a really boring game, but even if we went 3-0 half time, I'd still be scared with the way Everton is. That Newcastle game's always in my head. 2-0 up, extra time. Bloody hell. Right. I will shut this down now. I'll let everyone go and get set up for this. This is a big game. I do feel it's a big game for you, Liam, because I think if you won this game and found a combination, like it only took us finding a combination, then you put it into your next game and it sets you up. So if you did find your combination this cup game, you might use it again the next game and crack on, and you might do all right. This game's massive for you as well, and it's big for us because I just generally want a cup. We need something. Every fan hates us, Liam. Why? I put a picture of the Everton new stadium up. Newcastle fans, it's going to be the best stadium in the Championship. Leeds fans hate us now because we've got Jack Harrison. And we wanted Nonto. They hate us now. West Ham fans now hate us after beating them. Every fan hates Everton. They don't like the new stadium either. But there you go. I suppose it's good to have a bit of rivalry, isn't it?
I mean, there's always banter with Everton online, as the kind of the boo brigade kind of thing. That's something that's very popular. And I mean, I've said it a million times, but no one hates Everton more than an Evertonian. No one hates you guys more than yourselves.
I'm proof them at the minute. That was right last season, the season before, but I think we're on our way up. Unless we get that 12-point deduction, then I'll be angry for a little bit, but I don't think that's going to happen whatsoever.
I don't think that even happens. I don't think it'll be this year anyway. I think usually it happens in next year, as far as I'm aware, but I don't know.
Oh, Man City, I'll be interested on seeing what they get if we do get 12 points, but I'm ready for it. We're started winning now, so I'd rather be prepared just in case. Thanks, Liam, for coming on. Paul, you want to say last words? We're going to end this now. Let everyone go for the game. Big game.
Enjoy the
have
game.
a boss
Enjoy
game,
the game,
everyone.
everyone.
And I'll upload some videos. Go on, Paul.
Yeah, enjoy the game, everybody. Hopefully it's a good one. And Liam, great for coming on. Thanks a lot, mate.
No, that's an absolute pleasure. I hope you lose.
I hope you lose back. That's what I like to hear. Can't headbutt him down there, can I? Try and headbutt him. There you go.
Can't reach, mate.
Nowhere near me. Like, come on.
Did you see my Tarkowski video of my sliding tackle on the pumpkin?
No, not on the pumpkin. No,
mate, watch it
I've
when you come off
you'd
this.
remember it. Yeah,
I'll send it you when you come off this slide tackle in a puddle, Tarkowski, and you will laugh your head off. Here we go. I love him, Tarkowski, McNeil. I'm not going to mention Michael Keane. I think you set us up there for 20 million.
yeah,
I forgot that you can have him back if you want. By the way, if you do want him back I'll give you him half price, 10 million, Michael Keane, if you want him back. Would you have him back?
I mean, we're so poor defensively that I honestly that could be a consideration at this stage. I'll give you 24 hours.
Let's do it.
To get back to you on
Let's
that
do it. Let's negotiate for the chance.
The show